Hey parents, it's Yulia, and today I'm talking about validating your child's emotions. And I guarantee you're not doing this enough. I guarantee this is causing you to become more and more disconnected. It's causing your child not to want to talk to you. And it's one of the top reasons why kids tell me all the time that my parents just don't listen to me. And parents, you tell me all the time, my kid won't talk to me. So here is a concrete system. It's 2 parts, a concrete system you can start using immediately. And I promise you, you're going to be able to connect better with your child, to help them feel understood and to actually understand them better, and to help them to co-regulate with you, especially if their mood is low or if they're frustrated or feeling any kind of big emotions. This is also going to help if your child is oppositional. It's also going to help if they're not one to come to you to ask for support. This helps so much because it is one of the most important duties that you have as a parent, and that is to help your child navigate their emotions, help to hold that space for them and attune to them emotionally and help them feel fully seen by you. And parents, so many times kids tell me how they feel invisible to you. They feel like when they say something that you actually aren't listening and hearing that, and instead you're using all these conversations as an opportunity to share your concerns, to share your beliefs, to share your opinions, to share your instructions, to tell them what to do or to make suggestions. But all this time, parents, all your kids really want is for you to listen and understand them. And they want your support. So whether or not you agree or disagree with what your child is telling you, with their beliefs or their logic or their choices, I want you to always agree with their emotions, meaning validate that their emotions are correct, that they're right, that your child's emotions are always valid, and that you understand how they're feeling and you empathize with them. So this is about truly putting their concerns over yours and showing them that you really do care for them and not just any particular outcome that you're expecting. So here's the 2-step strategy. It's super simple, by the way. A lot of these strategies are simple, but that doesn't mean they're easy to use, because all of us have deeply ingrained patterns, and a lot of times we're very unconscious of our patterns. So step 1, like always, is to develop awareness of when you're not doing this so that you can slowly begin to implement it and make it feel authentic and make this over time your go-to response. And I promise you, parents, when you can do this consistently, when you can consistently validate your child's emotions, you are going to see a big shift in how they relate to you. So, this is also, by the way, before I tell you the technique, it's also going to help you calm down and be less fearful, because parents, a lot of times you make assumptions about what your child believes, assumptions about what they're doing and why they're doing it, and that causes you to be so fearful that you try to control their moves or lecture them to get them to change their behavior, which obviously doesn't work, and it hasn't worked for you. So I want to share this with you because this works. And I've done this I've shared this technique with so many people, and I've watched it just transform right in the moment as you're doing it. You are co-creating your relationship with your child in each moment, so you absolutely can shift it pretty quickly as long as you become aware of your patterns, and again, you can override whatever your impulse is and deploy this strategy instead. Step number 1 in this strategy is I want you to repeat or paraphrase what your child is telling you. So many times, parents, when your kids share something with you, you go in and you share your perspective or your opinion or your direction or your disagreement or your concern. I want you to stop, wait to do that later. I'm not saying don't share your concerns with your child, but I'm saying in that moment when they're sharing with you, make their concern more important than yours. Make their feelings more important than yours. And reflect back to them what they are telling you to show them that you are listening and to make sure that the way you're processing it, the way you're hearing it and understanding it is how they actually want you to interpret it. This is a great opportunity for them to tell you more, give you more details, and correct your understanding if there's something that you are misinterpreting. So step 1 is to reflect back to them exactly what they said. You can verbatim say it, you can paraphrase it, you can mirror back their tone a little bit. If they're upset, you want to be upset for them and with them in that moment to show your solidarity. And so once you repeated back to them what they said, I want you to validate how they feel and detect the emotion behind it. Oh, I can see how when your friend did that, that would be so frustrating. Oh, I'm really sorry you're upset right now. Tell me more about that. Tell me more. Is there anything, don't leave anything out. Help me understand what you did in that moment. Help me understand how that made you feel. Okay, so it's really simple. You want to say back exactly what they said and validate that emotion for them and ask them to tell you more. As they are talking to you, as they are sharing, not only are they connecting with you, not only are you helping to soothe and regulate them, but they are also processing their thoughts, their feelings, their beliefs, and that is helping them to develop this ability to think through things and learn their own lesson. And you're modeling to them the ability to actively listen and validate emotions, which is a skill that your child will pick up from you and employ in their relationships as well. So, parents, again, just to summarize, you want to say back or paraphrase what your child is telling you in that moment. You want to mirror their tone and their emotion and validate their emotion. Sometimes, parents, what happens is your child shares something that might be a little scary, that you might want to right away intervene and let them know that you do not approve of this behavior, that it is against your values, and that you want them to do something else instead. And I understand that impulse that you might have to jump in and use logic in order to shift their mindset or change their emotions, but it won't work, parents. Wait to share your concerns after. Give them lots of space and time to feel their feelings, and let them know that their feelings are never wrong, that their emotions are valid, and that connecting with them and hearing them out and comforting them is the most important priority to you. Later, you're absolutely able to share your concerns, and guess what? Your child is going to be more able and willing to listen and absorb and understand your concerns if they feel that you did the same to them, even if they disagree or even if they don't share that same concern as you do. They're going to be more open to listening to you when you are more open to listening to them. And a lot of times, parents, I see that you're expecting your child's respect first. You're expecting them to listen to you in order for you to listen to them. And you're reflecting back to them some immature habits because you're giving them a taste of their own medicine. That doesn't work, parents. It hasn't worked for you. It only disconnects and divides you further. If you want your child to learn how to be respectful and to learn how to listen, they need to see what that looks like and need to feel what that feels like, so then they can develop that skill and reflect that skill back to you. Thanks so much for listening, parents. I hope this was helpful. Leave a comment below if you've used this technique and let me know how it's worked for you. Or leave me a comment or send me an email with any other topics that you'd like for me to cover. And I'll see you in our next video.